Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Our next guest has become one of the nation's most recognizable voices in the fight for justice. He's representing the family of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, the Mississippi student athlete whose death following a 4th of July trip to Horn Island has sparked national attention. Y'all, please welcome the one and only attorney Ben Crump. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Good morning. How you feeling, man?
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley. Working harder night and day, like Michael Jackson say, but we have to do that now more than ever because, as you and I talked about personally, they're trying to just get away with all kind of unconstitutional and inhumane things against our children, and so now we're in Mississippi, and we're gonna fight to get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells.
Now, Ben.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Over the weekend, on social media, we saw, the alleged footage of Nolan at the house party after his visit on Horn Island. In your opinion, and from what you've seen and what you found out, is this true? And what does it mean for the case? And what are you working against?
Well, we are looking at every allegation, every post, every video, every photograph. We have a team of investigators. I have a team of my attorneys, paralegals. We are on a ferocious search for the truth. So we're examining all of that. We're getting about 50 to 75 calls a day to our call center since we had the press conference last week, asking people, pleading with people, if you were on Horn Island, please contact us. If you have any information, please contact us. We're trying to put together this mystery of why the boys on the boat came back alive and Nolan Wells came washed up on the shore dead. And so that photograph and the videos, we're just trying to study them, have our experts review everything, doing stuff that, we believe a fair and impartial investigation should be doing, because as his family, his parents, they don't trust the law enforcement agencies in the state of Mississippi to be fair and impartial with the death of their son when they're young white men that may have criminal culpability.
Wow. Ben, so the family has repeatedly said that they have more questions than answers. What are some of the most important questions that they still haven't gotten answers for?
Oh, goodness, there are so many glaring contradictions in this tragedy. You have the young woman who he was talking to said that Nolan said he was going to get back in the boat with the boys. The boys say that Nolan told them he was going to stay and keep talking to the young woman. Well, obviously, somebody is not telling the truth here because the statements contradict one another. And then, obviously, you have this video, but now we're finding out there are more videos that exist where people, several witnesses have told us there's an argument that's involving Nolan. And so we're trying to get down to exactly who that argument was and what was happening. I know we broke down one video. We can tell that person is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And then you have the issue with him not having his cell phone. If you take their story, and he said, I'm going to stay behind. What 18-year-old kid is not going to have their cell phone, want their cell phone with them? So it's not adding up. Even the fact that his body is washed up on the shore on Monday morning, when the meteorological experts were opined that if his body is coming with the tides the fact that, the waves and the moon gravitational pull is constant. It's not something that's arbitrary. So he should have been washed up on that coast when they went looking on Sunday morning, not Monday morning. So there's so many questions. Things are not adding up.
Wow. So, authorities continue to say, with everything you've just said right here is new information. They say, though, they haven't found any evidence of foul play. What evidence do you think they're overlooking besides what you've just told us? And what specifically do you and the family want them to do next?
What we want and what we wanted was them to be zealous in their investigation of this matter. What we wanted them to do is treat the death of Nolan Wells like they would have treated it had the roles been reversed. And you had 3 white young men on a boat with a young white man, and that young white man ended up dead. See, Rick Smiley, we would have had a first 48 situation. We would have had them being interrogated. They would have been being separated. They would have been held.
Right.
They wouldn't have been released. They would have been arrested for underage drinking. It would have been all kind of stuff. But we don't see that kind of intensity here. And so that's what we're arguing and fighting for. We want our children's lives to matter just as much as you value your children's lives. And we know that's different. And so what do we want? We want a ferocious search for the truth. And that's all we want. We ain't asking for nothing special, because probably one of the biggest glaring contradictions or just head scratchers is the fact that you got this 18-year-old college football player, student athlete, superb shape, and he allegedly has an accidental drowning with hundreds of people around there, and he's one of the only black people, if not one of, not many of us out there, and nobody, Rickey Smiley, sees him drowning and tries to help or anything. It just doesn't add up. And that's why people are so alarmed. This is Mississippi. We know that they're trying to sweep it under the rug, and we're refusing to let them sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, because I want to ask you about those pictures that showed up at that pool party, which kind of suggested that he made it back and something happened or whatever. And if that's true or not, can you stand by? We got, ladies and gentlemen, we have more with Attorney Ben Crump coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got our guest on with us, Attorney Ben Crump, civil rights attorney Ben Crump. Ben, I just want to ask you, real quick, are those pictures that's posted all over social media with the Nolan Wells at a pool party, is that true? Or, in the second part question, are the witnesses cooperating?
So, Rickey, I know Jeff Johnson and I started texting about this over the weekend, too, when those photographs started to appear on social media, and Ashley, his parents, shared those pictures with us before they started, going viral on social media. And the thing I would say, Rick, I think the photographs are authentic. The question is, when is this pool party? And that's what we do not know. So like we said, we're trying to investigate more than we speculate. And so we'll have to find out when those pictures were taken. We know that the young man apparently posted them on the 4th of July. So did he post them the next day, or did it actually happen on the 4th of July? And apparently they tried to delete all these pictures, but, on Threads, they had not been deleted. And so thank God to the court of public opinion, because people then started capturing the images before they could delete them from the Threads platform. And so that's the only reason we're seeing all these pictures with all, this underage drinking and, things that identify so many people. And certainly Nolan was the only black in the pool out of about 60 people.
Let me, real quick, I know you got to get out of here, but what is the single biggest piece of evidence that makes you believe this investigation isn't adding up?
Oh, just the fact, the cell phone. I mean, it's just so obvious that if I tell you I'm going to stay behind and I'm an 18-year-old teenager, am I going to not get my cell phone and not get my keys?
Right.
I'm just going to be on an island with no means of communication? That's not what young people do. The fact that you have all these Snapchat posts deleted. I mean, when you look at all the things being posted about Nolan, that's all young people do is through Snapchat.
Right.
And that's why I think we're going to get to the bottom of it, because young people love to tell stuff. That's why social media is so prolific these days. And, there were young people all over that island. And so they're calling, they're talking, and we're going to continue to, encourage them to talk. I know I'm so grateful to people like Colin Kaepernick and Tyler Perry and Byron Allen and Little Real. So many people are stepping up saying, hey, we want it to be a thorough investigation, so we're donating to this GoFundMe so we can make certain that you all can get the best investigators to go toe-to-toe with the state of Mississippi, because apparently they're not going to use their resources to zealously investigate this as if the roles were reversed. And I know they can say what they want to say about me. I just know in my heart of hearts, I've been a civil rights lawyer for 26 years, but I've been black all my life. And if these would have been 3 black boys with a white boy and he ended up dead, it would be investigated totally different.
Right. Ben, let everybody know. I appreciate you coming on. I hope you can come back on this week as this case develop. Ben, let everybody know how you can be reached in this and how they can help.
Yeah, at Attorney Ben Crump. At Attorney Crump on Instagram, Facebook, all the platforms. Please DM us, bencrump.com, if you have some information. If you just have some thoughts, we're all in this together. I never want to think I'm the smartest person in the room, because then that means you're in the wrong rooms. We can all do this together. If you have some ideas, some thoughts, hit us up on social media. I have people reading DMs and stuff trying to get information so we can really, really know the truth, Rickey Smiley, of why Nolan Wells is dead.
Yeah, hey, big dog, appreciate you, man. Please be careful out there. If you need anything from me, Ben, just text me. Love you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Love you too, Rickey. And thank you for doing the podcast too, brother. That studio in Atlanta is incredible, and we need to hear your voice over and over again because you speak for the culture, Rickey Smiley. Thank you.
I'm just trying to be like you, big dog. Y'all give it up, man, for the one and only Benjamin Crump. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.